I've been talking for a while about doing a video about my zombie days. So I think I've got enough footage of various zombie days. So what you're about to see is a collection of clips from when I've had zombie days, and I've tried to do some pieces to camera about how I'm feeling. So stick with it, see how you get on. It might not really for stroke survivors. This is more for friends and family members, so you get an indication of how I am now on a good day and how I am on not so good days. So it's just part and parcel of helping to show people that, we have good days, us stroke survivors, brain injury survivors, and we have bad days. Don't judge us solely on the good days, because that's probably when we're active, when we're out and about, when we're doing stuff, if we're able, and people will see us and go, "Oh, they look good, they look fine," because on the down days, the bad days, the zombie days, the brain fog days, we don't do very much. So I've tried to do some stuff when I'm there, as opposed to when I'm there, like now. Try to do some stuff to give people an idea about what so people can judge the difference between me now on a good day in my other videos and not so good. So here we go. Stick with it, see what you think. First things first, happy birthday, son. It's my youngest son's 30th birthday today. That's not the reason for this video, but as you can probably tell and see, I'm not looking great or sounding it. It's 7:30 in the morning. I've had a terrible night's sleep, and the reason for that, very simply, is not his fault, obviously, but because it's my son's birthday today. We had a meal, my wife and I, yesterday with my son and his wife, and unfortunately one of the post-brain injury, post-stroke issues that we have to contend with is that sometimes things are just too much for us, and we go into them knowing that they're too much for us, but you can't avoid them. You've got to do them, They live excuse me, about an hour away from us. We met halfway, so for us, we left here at about 3:15 in the afternoon, got back here about 6:30. So we're talking about total time, all four of us together, about 2.25 hours having a meal. And it was lovely. It was great to see them, see my son, my lovely daughter-in-law, find out their news, just see them, hear them, talk to them. But it was just too much. So consequently, I've had an interrupted night's sleep. And although not a drop of alcohol passed my lips, I feel like I've got a stonking hangover. Probably looks like that as well, I would think. So the message here for brain injury survivors is, as Van Morrison once said, there will be days like these. I've come out to excuse me, my studio here. I've come here to my studio because it's quieter. You can probably hear the birds maybe, but that's all. That's all you can hear really out here. It's my little sanctuary when the brain zombie days, as I call them, when it's just a bit too much to cope with. And even little noises, the fridge freezer kicking in, the central heating boiler switching on and stuff, can just be too much. So if the weather's dry, I can come here without getting wet and just chill. So I'm trying to do some videos to show other people what the rain fog days can be like, as opposed to videos where I look and sound normal-ish, I suppose. So let me just turn the don't know how to do this. There's a little bird outside on the window. I don't know how to change the thing. So I'm here in my studio, just chilling out, having a nice cup of coffee to try and get a bit of me time. Struggling a little bit today, if I'm honest. I don't really know why. I haven't to the best of my knowledge overdone it, but must have done somehow or other, because it's just like a bad hangover. What's the best way to describe it? Yeah, just a really bad hangover. My eyes feel heavy. My brain feels heavy. Everything is just slow. Focusing is difficult. Yeah. Oh, nectar. I suppose I remember a professor of, it's gone a bit dark, isn't it? Professor of, I think it was neuro rehabilitation, something like that. Professor anyway, as basically he was the head of the rehab team that I had. I had a physio, an OT, and a clinical psychologist, and this professor guy was the head of that. He had other OTs, physios, psychologists, not just the three people that I saw. So he had a whole team of people working under him, and I remember him saying to me, you've got to realise that you've had your head kicked in from the inside. And although there's no scars on the outside, there's no cuts, there's no bruises, just, imagine that you've been beaten up by a gang of people and they've literally kicked your head in. But this has happened from the inside. So that's the magnitude. And if we knew somebody who had genuinely been beaten up by a gang of people and genuinely had their head kicked in, we wouldn't be expecting miracles. We wouldn't be expecting them to be walking, talking, functioning for quite some time. We'd expect them to need a long period of recovery. They might not actually return to how they were before. They may have problems with their speech, with their eyesight, with their memory, because after a beating like that, they're going to have brain damage. And that's how it is for us stroke survivors. So it's a hard message to take as a stroke survivor. And I think just as hard a message for loved ones, friends and family, to accept that basically their father, their mother, their daughter, their son, whatever, has had their head kicked in. That's a hard thing to cope with, and that they might not be back to how they were before their brain injury ever. And they will regain hopefully some function, and over time they put the work in, they'll get some ability back, but it might not actually get back to where they were before. And that's the reason for doing these videos when I'm not having it. Hold on a minute. Sorry, I've got no idea what I was talking about. I'll have to rewind it and see. I can't remember. Well, there you have it. Zombie days. That's what happens. That's what it's like. Thank you very much for watching. If you want to subscribe to the channel, it doesn't cost anything. Just click on subscribe below, and also the bell icon. That will then notify you that I've posted new videos. And any comments that you'd like to make, please leave below in the comment section here on YouTube. And thank you very much for watching. See you again soon. Take care.